Good morning, everybody. How's everybody on this Monday morning? It is, well, the sun's out. You can tell by my window here that the sun is out because it gives me a nice little glow on my face. Sorry, I'm trying to filter it as much as I can so I don't look so illuminating, but you're getting me illuminating this morning. So how was everybody's weekend? Hope everybody got a ton of stuff done, or you had time with family, or both. Maybe it's both. Sometimes your weekends don't go as planned. So I know this weekend didn't go completely as planned for me. Husband had to work late. I had to work on Saturday, so it just kind of ended up, we got some stuff done, but not everything I had planned. So it just kind of is what it is, right? So sometimes you just gotta fly with it, right? However, I need to get my Christmas decorations up. I don't know who else needs to still do that, but I have the best intentions of getting it done, and then it kind of goes by the way because something erupts. So got to get that done. All right, I'm gonna jump into it. I am loving this topic this week. It's going to be about some home buying, but it's going to also talk about just kind of some stuff when you're looking at homes and that kind of stuff. So that's going to be kind of this week's series, I'm going to say. We're just going to kind of go over some of that stuff. We're going to hit emotionally, we're going to hit technical, all of that good stuff, okay? So before I get rocking and rolling here, you guys can win things. I don't want you to forget, if you've watched my programs before, my videos before, I don't want you to forget, you can win things, okay? So what I'm doing right now is I'm giving away a free one-on-one with me, okay? All you have to do is like and comment on the video that you're watching, and then you'll get entered into the drawing, okay? It can be, hey, love your video. It can be, hey, girl, how you doing? It can be like content. It can be whatever you want it to be. It can be rainbows and unicorns if that's what you want it to be. Took that from a friend, but it's rainbows and unicorns. So it's whatever you want it to be, okay? You can comment whatever, all right? But go ahead and like and comment on the video that you're watching to get entered. I will draw for that on December 15th, okay? Fantastic. All right. Let's go ahead and jump in. I do love this topic. This is something that I talk about every time with my buying clients, and I just want to pass it along to you guys because I think it's a good practice, okay? I have 3 good practices for you. So 3 best practices when looking at a home, or looking to buy a home, I should say, okay? When you're getting started and you're looking to buy a home. Okay, so we've already made the decision we're going to buy, all right? We've got our financing. We're good to go. We know how much we can spend, all right? So now we actually get to start looking, right? Okay? So we've got our agent ready to start getting, not getting, we've already started getting the process going. We've got our agent hired. We're good, okay? We've got all those steps done. Now you're actually into the nitty gritty and what I call the fun part, and you're looking, okay? So here's 3 best practices that I always tell my clients to do and I'll give you some examples of why, okay? So I think this one is a big elephant in the room, but my husband and I talk about everything. So that's why I find sometimes it's funny when I'm showing couples houses because sometimes they're not on the same page at all, okay? So my first best practice is collaborate with your significant other. Have the conversations with them of what do you want in a home? What does your dream home look like? Or what does your next home look like? Whatever it might be, okay? Sit down and talk with them about what they're expecting out of this home search. What things that they feel are must-haves and what they feel wants, kind of thing, okay? The reason I say this one, and I call it out because it's a huge elephant in the room always, is nothing is more awkward for me as an agent is when you can obviously tell that both of the partners were under the understanding that they were all on the same page, okay? So prime example, I was showing a house, like one of the first couple houses we looked at. And she loved the house, but the guy was like, there's no place to put up a building and there's no building. And she just kind of looked at it, but it has a 3-car had in his mind that he needed some sort of shop for himself, and they hadn't talked about it. She thought he could make part of the garage part of his shop. No, he wanted his own space, and he was very adamant about it. In fact, they kind of got into a heated argument, and I finally was like, okay, you know what? How about y'all go home and talk about it, and then let me know what you want to do, okay? Because I didn't want to stand there and listen to them argue. It was obviously a way deeper discussion than what I wanted to be a part of. So that's why I say, make sure you collaborate with them. Have those conversations and those discussions at your home, not in front of your agent, okay? I know I kind of giggle because I find it kind of humorous because my husband and I have done the same thing. Like, we think so much alike that sometimes I just take for granted that he's on the same page with me and I don't think anything of it, right? But then the next time I'm like, oh, well, shoot, I guess we weren't on the same page with that, right? So just make sure you guys are on the same page. Like, you get some of his wants and needs and you get some of your wants and needs, and just make sure you have a good idea of what each other is. Okay? The thing is make a list. Number 2 is make a list. I always tell my clients, typically we cannot get all of your needs and all of your wants in one home. Typically cannot happen, okay? There may be potential to get all of those things there, but typically we cannot get all of your needs and all of your wants into one home, all right? So that's why make a list. Take a piece of paper, slice it down the middle, put on one side, must have, it must be a 3-bedroom, it must be a 2-garage, it must have a finished basement, it must, just whatever it must have central air. Even if you think it's the littlest, minutest thing, put it down. Like, if you need to have central air, make sure you have that down, okay? Must, and we must have 5 acres, whatever that might be, okay? Must, okay? So mark down the musts on one side, then put down the wants on the other side. Maybe on the wants, you want an open concept for the living room and the kitchen, okay? An open concept. So that's a want, because there's plenty of houses out there that aren't necessarily an open concept, but they have the potential of being that if you do the right things, okay? If you know what you're doing, all right? But put on there, and maybe your must is an open concept. Maybe that is a deal breaker for you. But, I'm just kind of throwing out examples here. So then on the other side, put down what your wants are. So like, wants are like open concept, finished basement, walkout basement, just whatever it might be, whatever your wants are. Maybe you want a big kitchen with an island. Maybe you entertain a lot and you just want a big kitchen with a nice island so you can entertain. Because I don't know about you guys, but whenever I entertain, half the people end up in the kitchen with me. So we end up standing around the kitchen or whatever. It doesn't matter what house we go to. That's always the way it is, right? So, mark those things down. Like, think about what you're going to be doing in your home. Maybe you want the open concept because you want to be in cooking lunch for the kiddos and they are going to be in the living room coloring or watching cartoons or whatever they're doing. Okay? And you just want to be able to keep eyeballing. So maybe that's one reason why you want an open concept. Okay. Maybe a want is that you want 3 garages, but 2 will do, but 3 would be even better, right? So maybe that's a want. Okay. Maybe a want is having a shop outside and wanting that a space for yourself that you can work on cars or whatever. So maybe that's a want for you. So just write down your needs and your wants, must-haves and wants, okay? And then share the top 5 of each with your agent, okay? Share the top 5 of each so they have a good idea of what they're looking for, okay? So, and maybe one of your wants is that we would like 2 acres, but it's not a deal breaker. It's just a want, okay? We like a couple acres, but not a necessary. If we can't find it in our price range, we're good, right? So just make sure you share that with your agent. Okay. And then the third thing for best practices is, even if your agent is looking for you, keep looking. You keep personally getting on the internet and looking. Okay. Whether you go to your agent's website, which all agents have a website, go to your agent's website or some of the other platforms that are out there for you to look. Okay. But you get on and you look. I'm going to tell you why. Okay. You give your agent, sorry, I have a call. You give your agent, and sorry. Sorry. You have your agent looking for you, which is great. Okay, so go ahead and have them look, but you keep looking, and this is why. Because inevitably, I will send clients homes that fit what their wants and their needs are, right? I'll send them homes. And then they'll send me a home that'll be like, hey, we want to look at this one. And it meets nothing that they gave me. It absolutely meets none of the criteria that they gave me. Okay. So that is why I'm saying just keep looking, because sometimes things catch your eye that don't meet, and typically that's the house that they end up buying. In my experience, that's the house they end up buying, is the one that meets none of their criteria and the one that they sent me. And it's only because, I try to narrow it down so I don't send you everything that is out there, but then they see something, they're like, oh, well, we really like this house. There's something about the house that intrigues them, so they really like the house. So then they want to see the house, right? So that's why I say just keep looking, keep doing all of that stuff, and just keep moving forward, okay? But don't, just because you give your agent a list and they're sending you homes, make sure you let them know. I'm an agent of, when in doubt, I won't send you something that's a 1-bedroom if you need 3, or I won't send you a 2-bedroom if you need 3. Okay. I may send you a 4-bedroom if you need 3, because people will usually buy up, they won't buy down. Okay. But I always tell them, I would rather have you tell me no than turn around later and be like, well, why didn't you show me this house? Okay. So with that said, okay, those are the 3 things. Collaborate with your significant other. Make a pros and a cons list, or a must-haves and wants list, okay? And then you guys keep looking. Even though you've given your agent your wants and needs and what, keep looking. You keep looking, because something may intrigue you that you're like, okay, we want this house, or we like this house, okay? So those are the 3 best practices, all right? So I hope this helped you guys on your buying journey, because it can be confusing and it can be very overwhelming. And that's why I'm putting out these series. Plus, if you guys want to delve deeper into all of this, I do have a course coming out. It is in beta test right now. It should be released by the end or the beginning of next week. But I do have it up that you can go and get a pre-purchase at a discount. It's less than half off right now. So pop over to rondaniehaus.com. The link to that is in the description. Pop over there, grab that. It even has the link right to the courses if that's what you just want to grab. Pop over there, grab those courses. Like I said, they're over half off right now. I have a buying, and I have a pre-sale for a buying and a pre-sale for a selling. The selling will be up by the end of the month, okay? So, if you need a Christmas gift idea or whatever, pop over there and grab those, because it's going to walk you through from A to Z on the process of buying and the process of selling, and what you guys need to start with and what you guys need to, make sure you do. Okay. So pop over there and do that. Also, if you like this, but you're just not ready, you just kind of want to keep gathering information or just be able to ask questions, pop over to my free Facebook group. It's free. And the link to that is in the description. It's mom CEOs, women who run their household. Get on there. The link to that is in the description as well. Pop over there and join. All right. All right. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I look forward to see you guys all tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central, and I will see you soon.